This segment is sponsored by Native Solar. Well, if you're a homeowner or a small business owner and you want to know more about alternative energy and potential savings when it comes to your utility bills, our friends over at Native Solar are here to help. Joining me today with some efficient energy solutions is Paul Watson with Native Solar. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today, Stephanie?
I am excellent, and I'm looking to save some money, my friend. So we got to talk a little bit about alternative energy. As a homeowner, or let's say anyone who's a small business owner as well out there watching today, how can they pre-qualify their home or small business for alternative energy savings?
We get a lot of calls where people will be disqualified, unfortunately. So a couple of things that we really encourage folks to look at. It might seem obvious, but look to see if there's trees overhanging. If you have a lot of shading, recognize that depending on how the sun rolls, we primarily focus on the south side of the roof, and that we might need to trim a few trees. The other thing is the age of the roof. If your roof is 10 to 15 years old, you might want to consider replacing it before you do that. And then the third most important thing is price per kilowatt hour. And I save the most difficult one for last.
Let's break it down.
You're going to have to go back to math on this one. So basically what we do here is you need to take all of these little price per kilowatt hour, you add them up, and then what you do is you take your total bill and divide it by that number, and that is your true price per kilowatt hour. Anything above 10 to 11 to 12 cents.
Okay.
And then you're going to get in a pretty good payback period. If you're up at 12, 13, 14, 15 cents per kilowatt hour, then you're definitely going to get a 5 to 7 year payback period. You will start saving instantly, but that's what you're generally looking at. You're looking at your price per kilowatt hour, and these are definitely subject to change as well.
We're maybe worried about price increases for utilities. What do you see is, in the future for that? And also, how can we prepare for the winter storm that might come next year as well?
We have seen rates already going up. I'm a member of Pedernales Electric Co-op, and as an effect of the February storm, my rates just went up.
Yep.
So what Native does is it offers a fixed rate solution for that. So if you're looking to lock in that rate, you really have the opportunity to do that with solar. Now, in terms of the storm and other utilities, Pedernales is a co-op. You also have municipally owned utilities like Austin Energy. You also have invested owned utilities, and all of them are consequently going to be increasing rates. It's not an if, it's a when.
Okay.
So that is one thing, and that is an important thing. The other important thing is what we experienced for 5 to 6 days of this year, which is when our lights went out. We didn't lose it as much as some people. We also had waters, but resilience is a big thing. And we had Jim Trudeau, who is now building his home microgrid, and we saw him on last month's segment. He really opened our eyes up to preparing yourself for the storm. Now, one of the things that you can do, you can get a solar system. Now, that solar system doesn't necessarily work when the grid goes down, so you do need a battery backup.
Okay.
Now, the other quick option is do not wait until February to go out and buy a generator. I remember trying to look for them at that time. Right now, if you want a low-cost, quick solution as a homeowner, generators are, from 900 to up to 5,000, 6,000. They're powered by natural gas. Those are easy solutions. But in preparing for the winter storm, ERCOT went through a lot of reform just recently. But one thing that it didn't touch on, it touched on the generation side, but it didn't touch on demand side, the load side. So what you're really looking to do is, how do I keep my lights on? So you can do that with a generator. You can do that with a microgrid solution, but the reality is we should expect to lose our lights during the next winter storm. There were not a lot of solutions put in there, so you can do that through solar. You need to have a battery backup, but a generator is a quick option to prepare yourself if you do need to keep at least your cell phone charged or the refrigerator running.
I feel a little bit better prepared for what's potentially to come in the winter storm here, but talk to us a little bit about Native Solar, who you guys are and what you do, because I know you have a big hand in keeping our power on.
Yeah, we do, and that's what I love about this industry. Native is one of the many solar companies out there trying to make the grid more resilient, and Native is a unique one in that we are a full-service solar company. We have sales, we have service, and we also have installation. Most of the companies out there will do sales. Some of them also do sales and installation. But what Native really prides itself on is the fact that we've been here for 14, 15 years. We're all about referrals. We do not spend a lot on lead generation. What we do is stuff around education. So we're very much a referral business. Jim Trudeau, for example, he's a 7-year customer, came back to us to get some storage. And so we really focus on the repeat customers to offer that full range of service. And our service arm services a lot of our potential or existing competitors. So we do take over existing systems. If you have problems, we are there to help, and everything from helping you on a resident to a small to medium sized business to a large commercial facility. We do the sales, we do the installation in-house, and the service ranges from if you've had, an incident where a panel's not working, or if you need to remove your panels to put a roof on and then put it back on. And we do a full range of service and diagnostic remotely and on site with our field service techs.
Paul, you have filled us with some great information today. I really appreciate your time. We'll see you again soon, my friend.
Look forward to it.
Go to nativesolar.com to calculate your savings with solar, request a quote, and take your power back with Native Solar. This segment is sponsored by Native Solar.